Ready?
Welcome to Rhythm and Pixels, episode 4-4. My name is Rob Nichols.
And I'm your co-host, Big Pernell. What up, do? Want to raise a Pokemon just for you. No, I'm kidding, though. This Pokemon's all for me. It's about the star meme magic on a surf all over these jerks, some bunch of Pokemon fools trying to take over my gym. I don't know what I'm saying. This is Pokemon Go doing this to me.
Yes.
The fever.
So if you're listening to us, I want to thank you for taking a break from Pokemon Go or listening to us while playing Pokemon Go.
On the go.
But you can listen to us on the go. We are a video game music podcast. Every week we pick a topic, we pick some songs, and we listen to them, hang out, have a good time. Pernell, what have you been up to?
Pokemon Go. I'm almost ashamed because I was like, nope, no mobile stuff, no free-to-play nonsense is going to take me in, but I like Pokemon a lot.
Yeah,
I'm playing Pokemon right now trying to breed a Starmie.
You like Pikachu?
No, I don't.
So Pikachu's enough to get you in there.
No, he's not.
All right.
I don't like Pikachu.
That's right. You are a Steel-type man.
That's right.
Steely man.
Mawile for days. But like I've been playing that. I started playing a game called Grand Kingdom on the PS4, which is also really good. You can get it on there or for your Vita. It's a very unique style of game, which is partly why I started playing it over, say, something like Star Ocean 5.
Cool.
Of course, normal Pokemon again. And what else? Oh, Monster Hunter comes out tomorrow, which will be really awesome.
Nice.
Beyond that, though, I guess time just doesn't allow me to jump around as games as much as I would like, even though I keep getting them. I just bought a game for the 3DS. Who knows when I'll ever get to play the blasted thing. It was called like 7th Dragon BFD.
That's a lot of things in that title.
Yeah, and none of them make sense.
Well, this week I've been going hard on the emulator, and I decided to go back to some old Game Boy games. And so today I spent some time with good old Castlevania Adventure.
Oh, you got inspired by one of our previous episodes.
Yeah. So go back to listen to our classic Castlevania episode. There's some great music. I forgot how good the music was in that game. Good the music was.
Yeah, I'm glad you covered that because I was about to say, did you forget how slow it was?
Oh, I thought there was something wrong with my computer, and then I remembered. Oh yeah, no,
he's that slow.
This is a true emulation. I was thinking about speeding it up, but then I thought that wouldn't be the thing.
Castlevania 2 at least is fun enough to the point where you don't even mind it being slow. But Castlevania 1, it had good music, but not enough to combat the slow. And it was turtly.
Turtly. Was that Castlevania game too turtly for you?
Too turtly. It was turtly enough for the Turtly Club.
I'm so glad you got that.
Oh, I did, man. I don't mess around.
That goes out to Chris Smith. I know you're listening. I hope you're listening because that was for you.
Am I too turtly for the Turtle Club? I don't think half the people watching it or listening to this show even know what that's from.
Oh, man.
That's how old we are.
No, it's just you have to watch a bad movie.
That is true. But no, not even. The ad actually overdid it. The ad always showed that clip.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I guess if you were a little bit older when that ad was running on TV, you probably would, you would have seen Martin Short. Is it Martin Short?
Let's just say yes.
I always want to say it's Dana.
Most of it out.
I get Martin Short and Dana Carvey mixed up for some reason.
It definitely wasn't Dana Carvey, though. That's be just my luck it was. Point is, we barely remember the movie. We just know about turtle clubs and being too turtly for them.
Okay, well, this episode, 4-4, if you've read the title on your little iPod player, is not about turtles.
It's not?
No. We're probably going to do turtles for another episode.
What the heck, then? I put all the tracks I picked were for turtles.
Of the teenaged and ninja variety. But no, this one's about giant vampires.
Turtles.
Okay, can you think of a boss themes? Can you think of a turtle boss?
The Technodrome. Oh, you mean Slash?
Slash. No, like an actual turtle.
Slash.
Lavos is basically a turtle. Okay, cool. Lavos. All right, there you go. I'm just grilling you because I can't think of a single.
The boss
one.
in Contra 3: The Alien Wars was a mutant tortoise.
Nice.
There's others.
Would you call Blastoise a turtle or turtlesque?
He's definitely a turtle. He's meant to be. He's definitely meant to be a full-on. I don't want to say tortoise, but maybe he is. But he's definitely a turtle. Though he's a giant freaking turtle.
He is the tortoise who's a Taurus.
Tortless.
Looking for the ladies. Okay, so anyway, this is boss music. Let's get into it. I'm gonna kick things off with some of my favorite Famicom music. This is from the game Mr. Gimmick by Masashi Kageyama. This is the boss theme called Aporia. Dun, 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 dun. You are listening to Aporia from the game Gimmick for the Famicom by the composer Masashi Kageyama, and this is the song that plays during the different boss fights, the different cutesy little bosses. I remember this one specifically on stage 2. You're on like the pirate ship, and he looks like a gumdrop with a sword, and he's so hard. The bosses in this game, everything in this game is just very, very difficult.
Good thing the music's so good.
Oh, it's so much fun. Yeah, when this music starts playing, it gets you pumped. Like especially this part right here. I feel like he was really able to get like different types of sounds. Like things certainly sound like keyboards, and things sound like those sound like horn sections. Like, oh, it's such a great soundtrack.
I had a feeling when we picked this topic that it would be, yes, guys, I did know, in fact, that it wasn't turtles. Just, it was a fun joke there.
Yeah.
I knew when we chose this topic that I was going to be a huge fan of it because known fact about me is that when I play games, two things. One, I weigh them heavily based on how good their music is. If a game has bad music, it could be the best game on the planet, and I could hate it, and I would hate it. I wouldn't want to play it. But in addition to that, I typically tend to anticipate heavily what the boss track's going to sound like because they're supposed to be crescendo tracks within a game that make you know it's getting real, and you need to put out all the stops. To take home the trophy.
Right, and if you get to like the final boss or like the very end of the game, like that song should feel like the climax to the whole story. Yeah.
Crap, you said that now. I regret not picking a specific track now because it would have been perfect for this. One of the best final boss tracks ever. Maybe I'll change my mind with the episode. We'll see.
We can switch it up. It's not big.
There's just too many good tracks. I want to pick 4. In fact, I might take out the bonus track and put it in there. That's how much I want to play this track. We'll see. We'll see.
You like it that much?
Yeah. Yes, I do. We'll see how it goes, though. But it might have to happen. Dear Lord, it might have to happen. Anyway, Mr. Gimmick.
Mr. Gimmick's got some great bosses. He's got all right. So he's got what's he got to fight? And one of them is like a big snail monster that's coming up from a pit, and you're on a slope, and gimmick slides everywhere. Like the physics in that game is so difficult to manage. So
that's the gimmick.
So you're fight. That's the gimmick of the game. And so you're you have to fight the slope to stay at the top of the hill because it's slowly crawling up trying to get you, and you have to shoot the star attack down at him to push him back down into the water.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask
really,
you,
really challenging.
what is his arsenal for battle? Is it just is a hop and bop and star toss?
Yeah. He doesn't hop on people. Like he can jump on enemies, but they usually don't get hurt. Yeah, he throws a star. And then if you're good, you can toss the star against the wall and then jump on top of it as it's coming back at you and ricochet off of it. And that's mainly how you get to the hidden areas in the game.
Oh, cool.
So there's 5 stages and a 6th hidden stage. You need to collect the 5 hidden items on each stage to unlock the 6th stage. Otherwise, you don't get...
Is the stage his birthday party?
No, well, it's the girl's birthday. So the little girl has a birthday party, and she gets all of these fun little cutesy toys. I'm sorry. She receives Gimmick. I forget the guy's name. He has a name, and so she gets Gimmick, the little green monster, and all of her other toys get jealous. So they capture her and send her into like this other world. And so Gimmick goes on an adventure to save her.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
if you don't collect... I know, it's such a cute story, but if you don't collect all of the hidden items, like, you escape, but the girl's still trapped.
Wow, that's kind of a dark ending for
It
that
is.
kind of game.
Those pieces are so hard to get. Like, towards the end of the game, like, you're just fighting for survival, and it's tough. It's tough.
Nah, if I'm going in all the way. I'm saving the little girl.
I'm telling you, you gotta try it out. It's a really cool play. So, or just watch some playthroughs of it, because it's just... For in the right hands, it's not the longest game in the world. But
maybe that could be an episode.
For me,
of
it took me like a couple weeks to like finish it. I had to use save states.
I'll look into it because I would like to. I mean, I've had so many fond memories of the music from a game I've never played, which is kind of bizarre in a sense.
I have a lot of those feelings.
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's
oh, by the way, you did mention an interesting tidbit about this episode regarding your usual style here, which is that Rob had told me that every track he's picked is from a game he's played. Which is rare.
Yeah,
but awesome.
I've got personal feelings about all of these tracks. Actually, my next 2 tracks, I feel really, I had very strong feelings about them. So I'm gonna let you continue. Okay. What do you want to go with? What you want to pick, Purnell?
I will say that honestly, I think we're in the same boat as far as like every track that I have for this episode bears strong feelings for me too, which is fun. But you'll see. Well, the first track is from an old Genesis game that a lot of people I didn't know talk about very much, but I think it was popular in its own way. And it was called Dynamite Heady.
Yes.
And this track is called Sky High.
I'm so glad you picked some Genesis music.
Sky High, something, be for real.
Are you singing DDR music?
Maybe. Welcome back. You are hopping and bopping along with Rhythm and Pixels to Sky High from the game Dynamite Heady on the Sega Genesis, written and composed by...
We got some Konami folks on this track. This is a treasure game from 1994, so we got Katsuhiko Suzuki, Koji Yamada, Norio Hanzawa, and Akihata. So yeah, some really, really awesome Konami composers. Actually, if you go to the website rhythmandpixels.com, I have one of those things on the right that's like a map, like a cloud map of all of the different tags. And Katsuhiko Suzuki shows up quite often. Like, he's got a big name on there.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's a guy. He's basically a composer that I didn't know I followed, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Like, there's like a lot of these Konami guys are beast. So beast. Like, this is I looked at you halfway through this track. I'm like, this is a great boss theme.
It is. And, like, it's funny that I picked this track along with the gimmick because though the story to this day never truly made sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know much about the story. So tell me what you know, and then I'll tell you if it makes sense.
I know that you are a puppet who is in a world inhabited by other puppets who is trying to stop an evil puppet monster master, but he's constantly being interfered with by a cat that's named Trouble Bruin. Probably one of the best names for an adversary I've ever heard in my life.
Actually, a friend of ours, her cat's name is Trouble. But Trouble Bruin.
Trouble Bruin.
That's pretty great.
It's so awesome. And so all the levels are styled like play stages. So like one level you'll see like all the ropes holding up clouds and stuff like that. And it'll be like wood and like gears turning. And when you fight bosses, all the bosses have weird, crazy gimmicks. Like one of the bosses, the one that comes to mind most by this track is named Spinderella. And you're on a circular tower. And it flies up to the top, and it grabs the sides of the tower and spins it around, and it puts you into the foreground or the background of the foreground of the fight. And you have to punch it in the face while it's trying to punch you with its tendrils that it's has to use to spin the tower. And one of the coolest components about this game, as far as bosses go, and what comes to mind when I hear is like every time you fight a boss, there's typically like a special thing you can do to generate what's called a secret bonus point in the game. It gives you bonus points.
During the boss battle.
During the boss battle.
Okay, that's cool.
And like if you hit it, there's a fairy that'll make a sound that goes, "You got a secret bonus point." And I hear that all the time when I hear music in this game. It's like I just pictured them, "You got a secret bonus."
Do you like play other games and you hear like,
"You got a secret bonus point"? It happens, man. It's up here for good. And again, I wouldn't have played this game if not for that beautiful Sega channel, because this is how I got access to it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So this is a gem and a half of a game.
So this is a game, right? So it's Treasure, right? So
Treasure.
I'm going to assume that the boss battles make up a majority of the game, or at least the boss battles are very involved.
They are very involved. Yeah, I wouldn't say they make up a majority, surprisingly, for a Treasure game, but they are very involved.
Well, I think of like Gunstar Heroes, right? Like Gunstar Heroes, those boss battles are very, very involved, and they take up a lot of the game, but like they're not the majority of it.
Actually, here's another funny boss battle worth mentioning. I have to. This might end up being a really long episode. Basically, there's a level. Basically, everything he does is with his head. So every attack you do is with your head. You find different head attachments you can use to do things.
Uses his head.
He's an intelligent puppet. Now, one particular stage it's a flying stage, so he gets rockets and like planes. He puts them on his shoulders. He can fly. And the boss of the level is a giant baby face.
Okay.
The boss's name is Babyface. And as you shoot at it, it gets older and older. Like, so the baby face head breaks in half and splits.
Crazy.
And it'll be like a teenager's face. And then you beat that version, head splits open, splits in half. It's like a senior man, like an older man.
Oh,
and
wow.
then the very last form is just this really old, wrinkled man that just dies on his own.
Okay.
It's hilarious.
That settles it. This is the next game I'm playing.
Dynamite Headdy is one of my favorite games growing up.
Wow.
I adore it. And I think it's even on Sonic Ultimate Genesis Collection, by the way. Very good game. If you have never played this game before, you need to put it up on that list. It's very original, too, which is another thing that I put on a pedestal. Originality in games.
Oh, yes. I think that's really, really original. Like, yeah, Genesis had some very interesting original titles, along with their kind of cash-in, like Cool Spot type things going on.
And even Cool Spot was awesome.
Even Cool Spot was kind of cool. And I have a soft spot in my heart for Yo Noid, but that's Nintendo.
And I'm sorry. As a kid, I don't have enough experience with Yo Noid to hate on it, but I know a lot of people really do.
I know. I don't know why I have a weird, like, fond memory, like putting in Yo Noid and being like, oh, it's a video game about a pizza.
Oh, you have very fond memories of having to keep him from your pieces. He ruined them.
Yeah.
And you weren't having that in your house.
And to this day, I can't stand pizza.
But yet you still protected them from the noise? I don't even get that.
I can't stay mad at you, pizza. All right.
So what's your next jam-a-lam-a-lam-lam?
Well, Pernell, I am not sure. I've got two. I'm gonna go with a newer one. I'm gonna go with a game I finished recently, Hyper Light Drifter.
Ooh.
I played this one for the PC. This is the boss battle theme. I think it's the southern region. It's called the Sentience by Disaster Piece.
Disaster Piece wrote the track for the game. It's an awesome tune. Check it out if you got time to listen. Oh, yes you do. Because it's the next track to play on the show. Boot it up because it's time to hear it and away we go. It's a music track. That rock take for your attention.
You're listening to The Sentience from the game Hyper Light Drifter by the artist Disaster Piece. Oh, this music, it just crawls. Like I feel like all of Disaster Piece's music is the kind of music that I feel like just I could put headphones on and it just that gives me a big hug. Like
a hug, you say?
Yeah, no, it. I don't know. I can't describe it. It's so full. It's like warm, you know. He's got like a really like warm sound, and I feel like it's just like kind of envelops me. Especially this song, it's all over. It's hard to speak in intangibles.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Like you're talking to me, and I'm just hearing like I don't even know what I'm hearing. It's almost like
it's like a drug. It is. It's just I love it. I love it. The music, the Fez, like all this stuff. It's just. Especially especially these little keyboards, they kind of come in and out. Like you don't really expect them.
It's like some kind of wonderful.
And everything calms down again right here. Oh, it's just so cool. Like it's just one of the coolest tracks from one of the coolest artists, Disaster Piece.
Well, I mean, I didn't get to play too much of the game, but I did come by once and dabble with it with you as you were showing me how awesome it was and why I need to have it in my arsenal. And I think I decided I was waiting because it's coming to the Vita sometime later this year or something. But It's the music in the game is definitely. I feel like I'm using the wrong word here, but aural.
No, yeah, it's ambient, but it's in its own way. Like, I don't know, it's hard to describe. But in this section of the game, like,
kind of had to be there.
I don't know, this section of the game, right? So you've the southern section of the world is probably one of the last parts of the world you get to, and you still have only been able to upgrade so many times. You only have so much health. There is like a gauntlet.
So this is one of those games where, I'm sorry to cut you off, but you got me thinking about it. So this is one of those games where you can't actually max your guy out. Like, they built it so that you can't have every upgrade.
You can get upgrades, but like they're really hard to get. And then like there's points where you can only carry 3 health packs with you at a time. Usually you can upgrade that, but like they're really hard to find, so you don't want to use them a lot. There's sections in each part of the world, north, east, west, and south, that you can like stop. You can warp to it and heal there. But like where you have to travel and explore is so far away sometimes that like you get like you just have to run. You just have to like just trust in your skill to fight your way through. And
basically to go back,
yeah,
and then try to get there like a waste of
I could go to the map and warp back to that section, but like you have to go all the way back to it. It's really interesting. So in this section of the game, like you're underground in this cavern. And like the music warped around again. So you're underground in this cavern, and there are there's like just rooms and rooms and rooms of enemies just like attacking you, and you're just getting wrecked. And I'm still not that great at the game, and there's just like bullets and there's enemies, and I'm down to 1 health. And I get into the next room, and I see the goal. They're called shards. They're like these little I gotta turn that down.
No, leave it. That actually goes so well with your story.
So you go into the next room, and I see it. There's the shard I have to get, and what you do is these little like levers that you pull out of the ground, and like steam comes out of it, and it activates points on the map that allows you to get to like the main boss area or get to the next part of the game. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, finally, I beat all these guys. I have like 1 health left, and you know what happens. So I go there and I pull the thing up, and a boss, like this huge black monster, like pops out of it. Scared the crap out of me.
Was it like a cheap shot sort of? Was it a cheap shot sort of appearance, or was it more like
it didn't hurt you immediately, but it turned into a boss. And as soon as you opened it up, like I must have like found like 30 of these shards throughout the game up to this point. So I was just expecting like, oh, I found it, great, move on to the next one. And no, this thing popped out, and it was probably the hardest part of the game. Like, I died more on this stage than I ever have on any of the other stages in this game, which made the final boss feel a little bit of a letdown, because this thing was like a bullet hell, like things all over the screen. It had like these little sentinel like robots that would like fly across the screen too and shoot at you at the same time. But I wanted to play this track because it fit the mood. It felt like super tense but still ambient, and my heart was pounding so hard that when I finished, like Christy was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I did it."
See, that is a boss track, and that's why we choose boss tracks on this show.
Like it just not only startled me, like I was like frightened, because like you know how you play like survival horror type games, like you're on the edge of death, and like you feel so relieved, and then like this huge like terrifying thing like chases you.
You have to survive even
longer. You have to survive, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just going to do it. I could go back. I could double back, but then I'd have to go through this gauntlet again.
Who's got time for that?
Oh my God. I love this game so much. After I completed a lot of patches came out, and there's a co-op mode and some other stuff, but I don't know if I can go back and go through it again after after doing so much and exploration in this game.
But at the same time, like, you definitely got what you wanted out of it. So that's what's the most important.
Oh, without a doubt. Like, yeah, I find a game that I enjoy, I play it to death. Like, I cannot stop playing Enter the Gungeon right now. I still can't.
That's a challenging beast of a title.
Yeah. But anyway, I think I've talked about Hyper Light Drifter enough. Pernell, you have you're on to your second track?
Indeedly.
What do you...
Best episode topic in a while.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. I honestly wasn't sure how I would feel about boss music, but I love
the memories are kicking in.
Yeah, the memories are all there, especially like this. So what you got?
I think my next track is going to also come from a game that I hold extremely fond memories of, and I'll let the music track speak for itself. This is from the game Revelations Persona, and the track title is called Deadline. Welcome back to the show, guys. You are jamming out to the theme title known as Deadline from the game Revelations Persona. Written and composed by one Mr.
I have 4 people on this soundtrack. So what's the one you're thinking of?
All of them.
I have Hidehito Aoki, Misaki Okibe, Kenichi Tsuchiya, who's Kenichi Tsuchiya was on.
I've heard his name before, right?
He's on all the Mega 10 games, so it's probably primarily him and Soji Meguro. So yeah, we heard a lot of their music on our Mega 10 episode.
And I'm not these are projects. I will always to this day I've been like kind of back and forth on, based on what I read on it, how much involvement Meguro had on this game.
Yeah.
Because to put it in perspective, or for people who aren't familiar, this is the first Persona game that's ever been done before the 2, 3, and 4. But it had a lot of translation issues and censorship issues. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, the imagery in the Persona and Mega 10 games is nightmarish. I think is the correct word for it.
Yes, it is.
So well, what about the bosses in this game? Is there a specific boss to this track?
Oh, the one that comes to mind is a very specific one because in this game, unlike a lot of other RPGs, boss fights are far and few between. Like, you don't fight a lot of bosses throughout the ridiculously long game. So you've been playing the game for maybe 6 hours, 5 hours at this point, and you come across who you think is behind all the problems that your city is experiencing, and the translated hilarious name is Guido Sardinia. So basically you walk up to him, and to put it in perspective, that intro track here where it's very quiet and mellow, or not mellow, but it's quiet but ominous, it's usually that's the music that plays when you start the fight sequence, but there's a ton of this dialogue that takes place before the battle actually starts. So all of your characters are talking to this guy's like, do you have any idea what you're doing? You know, why are you doing this stuff? And he's like basically talking to you. He's like a big businessman in the city. And all of your characters have acquired personas to fight with, which is how they got as far as they did. So they're all surprised when they learn that he has one too. And the moment he uses his persona is when that loud, the heavy part kicks in. It's like, holy crap, he can do this too. He's like, yup. And he calls like his bodyguard and like 5 gangsters to come out at you. So there's like 5 guys with submachine guns and pistols and like gangster outfits on. And that's the first boss of the game.
Oh, that's cool.
Really awesome fight.
The organ on this track is nuts.
And the thing that makes all the boss fights in this game especially tense is that the remake for PSP, they made it simple. They made it easier. They made saving a lot easier to pull off by suspend state. But this game didn't even have that. So you could have spent, depending on the boss fight, 20 to 30 minutes just to get from the last save state to the boss. So the pressure is on to win on your very first try in a game where it's not too uncommon for bosses to have skills that reflect everything you do and have insta-kill attacks.
And on your first try, you're not going to know what's coming up at you, right?
Yeah, you don't know what he can do.
Oh, man.
You might have all personas that are weak to what they do to you.
You know, I'm really intrigued by a lot of these games, but the way you describe them sometimes, like, it's a little, kind of scares me away from them.
It's so awesome. There's a bird monster that's like based on like a Tengu with like with a kimono on who has an attack called Bi Strike that's like insta kills like 3 people. It's really cool.
It a penguin?
Nah, it's like I'm trying to remember her name. It's like Mo Shuvu. You can look it up and post like a picture of her later. Maybe I'll be like our screen stuff. Like it's the Shuvu.
Yeah, I'd like to see it. So yeah, we'll be pointing at it like at a zoo.
But like in that game, I don't think I think they gave her a weird name in the translation for that game. But it's like Mo Shuvu. And it's like there's like a harpy with a kimono on, and her finishing strike is called Bi Strike, and it basically wipes multiple people out in one shot. It's brutal. But yeah, so when you fight bosses in this game, it's do or die, all or nothing. Oh, wow. Because if you lose, you might turn the game off for the night because it's rough, really rough.
You have to sleep on it and come back to it.
Pretty much. It's no joke. Some dungeons in the game can take you 4 hours. The last dungeon in that game, if you didn't have a map, could easily take you 5 hours. Easy. With the map, it took me 2.
Oh, jeez. Well,
yeah.
Talking about games you spent a lot of hours on, this is my next game is a game I've spent many hours on. This is one of my favorite games. This is Final Fantasy X, and this is the song Seymour Battle, the battle with Seymour.
Because you can never see too much of him.
Never get enough of him, of that jerk. He's such a great villain. Anyway, the Seymour battle, Final Fantasy X, and this track is composed by Nobuo Uematsu. You're listening to the Seymour battle from the game Final Fantasy X for the PlayStation 2, composed by Nobuo Uematsu. And there's a few other composers for this game. There's a very great, awesome soundtrack, very long soundtrack. And you can definitely tell get the Uematsu influence on some of these tracks. You get that electric bass, you get that organ.
This is a good track.
Yeah. Oh no, I get so pumped. Like Maester Seymour in this game is just amazing. Like he looks kind of dumb.
You mean amazingly pompous?
Yeah, amazingly pompous, horrible. It's just like his whole story, the way you fight him, and it's a difficult fight. This is probably the most difficult fight in the game, I think.
I feel like this is the kind of game where you definitely have the knowledge base on it for sure. Like,
it's been a while, but yeah, Christy and I played through this at least 3 times. The whole game 3 times, just trying it different ways, and you had that whole leveling system was kind of like
it was
this sphere grid. Yeah, it was very unusual.
It was one of the best leveling systems across the series. As far as
I think so too. This is my favorite Final Fantasy. I really enjoy the story, the music. Everything about it. And this boss battle is one of those ones where it's like he turns everyone zombies, and so you can't cast Cure on yourself. And
Wait, that's when you hear this is when you fight the zombie version of him?
Yeah, it's kind of like a zombie version. So he I think he goes out and he kills one of the summons, and then you take on the summon that was his mother. So his mother died so that she would become a summon that he could wield, and that's the giant woman that's like chained up, and she comes out from under the ground, and she like spits like laser beams everywhere or something.
It's creepy looking.
And so like you learn the stories of the people who sacrifice themselves to become summons to save the world like every so many years. It's really an incredible story. I really enjoy it.
But you know your favorite part of the story was that scene where you had to dodge lightning bolts to save the planes.
I never did that. I think
you let the planes die.
I think I gave it a shot once, but I was like, you know what? I think I'm okay with only earning some of the special weapons, because the what you had to do to get some of the special weapons, like, it was stupid.
It was that was probably that's like my worst and yet most prevalent memory of that game.
Did you do it? Did you do the whole thing?
I was house sitting for you guys once when you were on a trip.
Oh.
And I was just sitting around. I was like, I had nothing to do. This will be a good opportunity to dodge lightning bolts. But since the game doesn't keep track of it for you, and I was afraid to start counting because, the timing was so weird.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'll just keep doing it until I get hit, and then I'll assume, hopefully, that I made it. I dodged 900 plus bolts by the time I stopped.
You only needed like 200, right?
You only needed 200. I dodged 900 plus.
That's amazing. 900 without fail is pretty impressive.
I was focused, man. And I was like, I don't know how many I must guess I'm on 10 again. Guess I'm on 10 again. Guess I'm on 10 again. And then, holy crap, that does a lot of lightning bolts.
That's funny.
All worth it for an onion knight that I never equipped.
No, I think the best part of the game is when Titus laughs.
Mercy.
Yuna, you have to laugh. You have to laugh at the world, Yuna.
You're going to really hate on that scene like the rest of the world. Look here, man.
It's still, you know what? I don't care. It's my favorite game. This theme's awesome.
All right. Yeah, because I'm the guy, I'm always the guy like, look, I don't hate on the laugh scene because it was meant to be bad laugh.
It's my favorite game, but if you go to the save point and you accidentally click start on play Blitzball, you are restarting that machine so fast.
Well, I actually know two people who liked Blitzball. They're uncanny.
It's interesting. It's like they made water polo and football the same sport and put it underwater. And
how do we make polo more boring?
Like, how can we make sports more boring? Let's make it slowly turn-based so that every decision you make feels like you did nothing.
How to make a game take eternity.
All right, so I'll tackle and turn left. You lose.
Guess you better build up your tackle stat,
anyway, I think that's how you got Waka's.
That's how you got his special. Yeah.
We played that game so much. We talk like Waka.
I think he was voiced by Bender.
I think so. Oh man, I gotta look that up now. Anyway, I'm gonna look it up while we play the next track.
And as with the last two tracks, this is another of my wonderful memory games, which is why, again, the boss theme episode was just so freaking special.
So you had a few you couldn't shoot. You just couldn't decide.
We're going to have a sequel episode because it's too much. It's too much.
Actually, can you believe it? We've had 34 episodes. We have not repeated a topic.
No, and that's why I almost don't want to do it yet, only because
I thought we had already done this topic, and I was like, oh wait, did we already do this? Is this like the sequel, Bosses 2, Electric Boogaloo?
Nope.
No,
we're still riding that wave of original content.
All right, so what you got?
The game.
Do you remember which one you picked?
The game.
Because we got a few here.
That is true.
Yeah, we got a couple.
I'm totally joking. Now, the game I chose was an old, not so old favorite that has gone long forgotten by that which created it. It is called The World Is With You, to Wooey for short. And the track is called simply Emptiness And.
Like this
That was Emptiness and it is from the game The World Ends With You. It's got an interesting composer, I think. I could be wrong, but who is said composer?
It's by Takeharu Ishimoto, who wrote the music, and on some of the tracks, there are different artists, vocal artists and lyricists, and this is Satoko Amikura doing the vocals.
And she is awesome. This is one of those tracks where I don't know what she's saying. I mean, she's singing in English, but I can't make it out half the time, but I still try anyway. This sounds so good to me.
That's a cool track. This song screams Purnell because it's got kind of like that kind of fuzzy, like kind of grungy rock sound that's almost shoegazy, but it's also girl rock. So yeah, exactly. So I'm like, yeah. And then he gets to that chorus, and I'm like, yeah, that's totally Purnell.
I love this.
You're probably like driving around with this song repeat.
I have done that.
Yeah.
Like when I first heard this track in the game, I was pretty geeked. Also, there's also a premise for why I like this song so much is that aside from the fact that it's freaking baller, is the fact that first time I heard in the game, when I played this game, for those who aren't familiar with it, without going into the mechanics and all, you can slide the level of your character up and down, as well as the difficulty of the game up and down. And depending on how low your level is and how high the difficulty is, it determines the frequency of items you get and the quality of the items.
Oh, that's crazy. All I remember is that you controlled two characters at the same time, with the touchpad and the other with the directional pad. Oh, that's crazy.
And it was brutal.
It was tough. It was hard to get used to it. And the more you saying stick with it, you'll figure it out, and then you'll really enjoy it. And the aesthetics of the game is awesome.
Yes,
this music is also this game is like this.
It's like you mentioned it earlier, but a lot of the game is about the music you're listening to. And it's definitely prevalent here. It's freaking golden.
It's super cool. Super cool. I love the title of the game, The World Ends With You.
And it actually, without going into spoilers, it actually plays into the overall story of the game by the end of it or whatnot.
I hope so, yeah. It's got cool, kind of a neat, stylized, graffiti kind of look to it.
Yes, it does.
Is this Square?
Yep, it is Square, and Square somehow thought it'd be a great idea to just forget this game even existed, which is why it has yet to get any sort of follow-up title. It boggles the mind, it does.
Oh, man.
But, basically, due to the way that that level system worked and how obsessed I am at getting the best of everything, I played every level. I played every fight at level 1 and every fight at the highest difficulty I had unlocked at the time. So everything was pretty much dying in 3 hits. It was stupid hard. And the first time you hear this track, you fight something called the Circle Pit Grizzly, which is just I'm not sure. I think it's even maybe the first time you fight this bear monster, but it's like a graffiti bear and another graffiti. It's 2 graffiti bears.
Okay.
And they are ridiculously hard to beat. This music starts playing, you get pumped, and when you lose in a fight, you can retry immediately. So I heard this song over and over again. For quite a while, and then you hear it again when you fight a boss named Shomi Namimoto, who's a really awesome math, a ridiculous math whiz who talks in numbers and equations. It's ridiculous, but he was also really difficult for me. But this music synonymizes that. It was just such a really good game, creativity wise across the board by Square.
Yeah. Our friend
Jupiter, I think, also was another developer on it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Our friend Kim is really, really into this game. She's really into the Tales games, and then she talks about this a lot. This is one of her favorite all-time things,
and for good reason.
So, we have an extra track for you that we decided. Well, actually, Purnell brought it to my attention. I haven't even listened to it yet, so I'm excited because you said it's surprising.
Yeah, if we're doing an episode on boss themes, I in good faith didn't want to do it without this song getting some time on the show. It just wouldn't be right.
So let's just fit it in here. So why don't you just give a little preface of it and let's just jump right into it.
I can't even do that. You just need to hear it. Just know it is a game. It is a theme that you hear when you fight bosses. And that's all I'm going to give you because otherwise it spoils the joke.
All right. So here we go. This is a boss theme that Purnell wants me to listen to. This is from Blue Dragon?
It is from the game Blue Dragon.
That's awesome. Oh, here we go.
Shining on my heart, memory of forgotten love.
Oh, man.
Rays burning through the clouds, down from the sky, up above. This is the beginning.
All right. We're gonna figure this out. You know what? I'm gonna just a little bit. I like the guitar a lot, and like I think the lyrics would be awesome, but because I really like the over-the-top, silly, like kind of J-pop lyrics, but like this is like
I can't
think
remember
the singer is kind of crazy.
I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's actually a pretty popular U.S. band that sung this song. And they actually use it as like a big cred for the game when it came. I was like, yeah, we got music by this band in here. And it's like, you hear it and you're like... But the funny thing about this track is, if you keep playing the game, by the end, it's almost something out of Stockholm Syndrome. Because you come to like this track.
You want more.
You want to hear it again. Like, you're like, yes, I can hear Eternity again. And then you look back, I was like, why do I want to listen to this? What happened to me?
Oh, man.
But,
So I'm just gonna say it's fear and awe in your eyes, showing you what you can't see, reaching hands, you are blind, staring down eternity.
It's nuts.
Oh man! All right, so I'm gonna fade this out.
Let's pick our actual choices now. But if I would have felt horrible for not putting that in. I'm sorry. It had to be done.
All right, so now the song is out of the way. now that this song's out of the way. Anyway, so now that we're through all of our picks, it is time for the bonus round.
Bonus round.
The bonus round is the part of the show where we play covers and remixes based on today's theme. And today's theme is boss music. So I've been listening to an artist recently. His name is Bulby, B-U-L-B-Y. He does kind of 8-bit style remixes of games that weren't done in 8-bit. So this is the boss battle from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, the 8-bit remix by Bulby. All right, that was the Boss Battle 8-bit remix from The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask by the artist Bulby. Yeah, he's really, really good at that stuff.
I was a big fan of it. I've played Majora's Mask. Shamedly admit, I've done a lot in the game, but something I've never done is actually fight a boss in it. I've learned so many masks, but never actually beat a dungeon.
Oh wow, I've never played the game. That's an N64 title, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it got a 3DS release.
Oh, okay.
Actually, last year.
Last year, okay. Yeah, it's a very popular one, right?
Oh yeah, it's a great game. It's honestly one of my favorites because it did something very different and broke the Zelda mold, I like to say.
Yeah, it looked very different. And like that track was very different. In a very, very different style. So yeah, I think he probably maybe produced it with Famitracker, the program Famitracker, and just a really like masterful use of it. So go check out his. I'll have links to his website on the webpage. Check his stuff out because he's really, really, really good with it, and it sounds like a really full music, like a good mixture of all the channels. Mm-hmm. So, Pernell,
I'm actually torn. I'll let you decide for me.
Okay, all right.
I kind of floundered on this track because I spent way too much time looking for just awesome boss themes in general. So I have one that I could use, or it's just another boss theme that I really like and I want to play that too. But I can't decide which one I'd rather do. So I'll leave that to you to decide.
All right. How about we decide this off microphone and we just play the music?
Works for me.
All right. You are listening to The Serpent That Devours the Horizon.
Such a good track.
From the game
Bravely Default. So good. So wonderful. How good? How wonderful. This is a boss I fought at 3 in the morning when I had to be up for work at 6:30. It was that good. And they hit you with a ridiculously baffling plot twist that I don't even know if I should say on this air because the statute of limitations might not be up on spoilers for this
Yeah,
game.
you gotta be a little careful there.
But it's worth it. Unfortunately, to get to this point, though, you have to endure one of the most poor game design decisions that a company has ever made. But if you get to that point, you're getting some awesome, episode. Basically, it's a nice breakdown. It's freaking fantastic.
Okay, well, this song is awesome. This is really, really good. I'm glad you chose this track. I'm glad we chose this track.
Thank you kindly,
Yeah.
good sir. It's just, again, there's just too many tracks for boss themes that are good. Like, we could do an entire season of boss themes and never run out of good stuff. It is baffling. So, I mean, I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys liked it, but next week I'll be back on my game with an actual.
That's all right. We do this every once in a while. So that was like we have some in our back pockets, but we ended up. You know what? One more track.
Yes.
One more.
It's still a bonus.
Still a bonus.
That's true. So, love this game.
Yes.
And note it's still going, actually.
Yeah, it's a pretty long track. Actually, I'm going to let more of it in there. So I'm just going to say, for more information on music, for more information on music showcased on the bonus round part of our show, check out the blog rhythmandpixels.com, where we'll have links to their websites, their Patreons, and SoundClouds. Well, thank you for joining us today. The Rhythm and Pixels video game music podcast. This has been episode 4-4. Our focus on boss themes. Mid-bosses, mini-bosses, big bosses, little bosses.
Bosses the size of your head.
The enemies, adversaries that will stop you from advancing to the next part of the game.
The guys who call the shots to middle management and below. In games.
Yeah, this song makes me feel a little nostalgic
It's
of all the bosses that we've once faced.
That's what we're here for.
Let's just stop and think. Heat Man, Air Man, Bubble Man.
A lot of men. Sounds like a lot of men. Kafka,
Yeah.
poltergeist paintings.
Dracula.
Death. Shaft.
Shaft.
Shaft. Damn right.
Robotnik. Fought
Other
Robotnik many times. The other Robotnik. Mechasonic.
Dr. Cossack. It feels weird to remember, trying to remember bosses from games like on the
We'll miss you all.
Who?
I said we'll miss you all.
We'll miss you all.
This is
until we boot up the
like
game again.
yeah, this is our farewell. A farewell to all the bosses.
They will not be missed.
We will never see you again. No.
Because if we do, it'll be on New Game Plus.
A new game plus, and you'll be back, and we'll see you, and you just won't be the same.
Oh no, it will. You'll still go down. You'll still die. It will be glorious.
Yeah, Pernell's calling you out, bosses.
Bring it. I'm ready. I got my Pokemans. I got my pedometer. I'm ready to go.
All right. What do you say we wrap things up?
I don't want to. I'm enjoying this too much. The jams. The jams, man.
Well, for the jam, if you want more jams, you want more information on the show and track list of all the jams, check out the website.
Rhythmandpixels.com.
And if you'd like to tell us about the jams, if you'd like to just, see how we're doing, see how you're doing, give a little shout out on the show, let us know. Send us an email.
Rhythmandpixels at hotmail.com.
Yeah, and for everyone on Facebook, that's facebook.com/rhythmandpixels. It's always great to hear from you. If you're on Twitter, it's Rhythm N Pixels. And on Instagram, Rhythm and Pixels.
Whole lot of rhythm.
There's a whole lot of that. So, yeah, and if you're listening to this on iTunes, please hit the subscribe button. It'll help other people find the show also. And we really appreciate that because we have some great listeners. And we love every one of you.
And we want more to join the mass of great listeners so that we can hear from you, all of you.
Get involved. If you like the music, if you know some music that you want us to know about, let us know. If you know cover artists or other remixes, let us know too. We're always looking for new music, so I'm always excited to find new music. So, yeah, drop us a line on Facebook or on email. It'd be great to hear from you.
I'm just so enamored.
Yeah, we are ending on kind of a light note. I like this.
I look forward to revisiting boss themes again. It'll be, who knows how long, it'll be a while from now, but it'll be a glorious time to share more tales of regalia.
Yeah, we'll come back.
Triumph.
We'll come back, Pernell.
We must.
It'll feel good.
It'll feel wonderful.
We'll see you again.
Dear friends.
On 4-5. And we talked about this. What was it going to be?
I think it was parties.
Yes.
Party theme / carnival, like festival parties.
Yeah, festival music.
Festive parties.
Yeah, it's that time of the year for like state, county festivals, right? Mm-hmm. So here we go. Festival music. A lot more fun.
Who's ready to party?
Party down?
Yeah!
All right. So 4-5, party music. Check it out next week. Yeah. So I am Rob Nichols.
And I'm Pernell.
This is the Rhythm and Pixels video game music podcast. I'm Rob Nichols.
I'm still Pernell. Let me check my watch here. Check my ID. Yes, I'm still me. I'm still Pernell.
Thank you for listening.
Good night. Remember, sometimes, everybody wants to be the boss of something. Everyone wants to be the man in charge, the big dodongo at the top. But quite frankly, there's a lot of responsibility and a lot of frustration that comes with being the boss. Let's be real here. It takes a team to make a thing take place. It takes a team to make things happen. The boss tends to be the one that people talk about. But let's be honest. Being on the team is pretty damn awesome too. Do your part, be awesome, and hey, if something wrong something happens, point to the boss. It's his fault. He's the guy. So don't always worry about being the top dog. Just worry about doing your part to make sure the machine runs smooth. That was long-winded, and I'm Pernell. That's how I do things.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good fight. Good night.